got to understand that the world that we live in and what we must follow according to the Bible. This is why we say follow commanding Jenny-Hana and the ISUPK, because commanding Jenny-Hana follow Christ. Right. Christ obeyed the Most High. Right. You cannot get around that. Right. One faith, one baptism, one truth, one Passover. Right. One Passover. Right. Follow the world of the Most High.
I know you mean everything to Christ, and Christ means everything to me.
I called on the Lord. I said, that Father, this is real. Will you watch over them? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they will follow the law, they doing it. You said under your house shine, they ought to love one another, and they doing it.
A lot of brothers and sisters that's in the sign right here that follow different religions has a bad misunderstanding of John 3:16. Can I get the book of Psalms chapter 90 verse 20, Bob Kusha? Because the ISUPK under Commander Jenny-Hana truly understands the proper context of John 3:16. Because here's the kicker though. It's a lot of brothers and sisters that may go to theologian school, right? Here's the kicker. Now, in college, they teach you proper context of words and the proper context of a paragraph to understand words. So the kicker is, when it comes to the Bible though, we don't understand John 3:16, or we claim to say that world is the same thing, that they claim that the Most High love everybody, which is not true though. But this is how we know that Christianity is hell of a drug, because you got a master's degree, PhD from college though, but you still don't understand the proper context of the Bible or John 3:16. When obviously you go to college, you must understand proper grammar of reading. Because even myself though, I went to college to understand that in order to graduate. You got that, priest? Psalms 90, chapter 90, verse 2, Bob Kusha. Because what's destroying us is us trying to love every damn body. Because of John 3:16, we brainwashed that. You got that? Can I get that, Bob Kusha?
The book of Psalms, chapter 90, verse 2. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever thou hast formed the earth and the world.
Right. See, in this context, it's going to give you a good breakdown of worlds, though, because when it said worlds, that's plural, obviously, though. It is say world. Now, it's going to give you a better explanation of the worlds. Get that out.
Even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God.
Right, because when we understand the proper context of worlds, though, we have what you call, for example, when Christopher Columbus sailed the 7 seas and went to the other part of the earth, though, what did they say? We discover a new world. Obviously, when we see on TV, though, we see what's called Disney World. And the comic books, though, we see the Marvel world, the DC world, different types of world. So, and the Bible is logical, though, because the Lord is far more intelligent than any man ever on the face of the earth, though. We got to understand the proper context of world. And when brothers and sisters on the sign understand the proper context of the word world is, we want to be sucked up to the philosophy of the society. We'll learn to forgive and love each other and damn the rest of the other nations, though. Can I get John 18 and 36, Bob Kusha? When you come into the ISUPK under Commander Jenny-Hana, though, we'll give you the proper breakdowns to how to love your own people and the understanding of world is, though, because this world we live in right here is corrupted, though. It don't make no sense that the Jewish people, the white Jewish people, to call themselves the God of people, though, but war and destruction is happening in this society. It just don't make sense, though. That this is how you know that this world is in total chaos. The scriptures say when the Lord's chosen people in this sign are ruling, though, the world would be at peace, at harmony. We should know that, though. You see, you got that, though? Let me get that, Bob Kusha.
John chapter 18, verse 36. Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
This is what Yahweh Shai is saying out of his mouth, though, because a lot of Christians say they love Jesus, right? They know Jesus, they follow Jesus, though. No, you don't, because according to Christ, Christ is saying this society is not his. Even back during the Roman captivity, during the time of the Roman Empire, though, the so-called white man, they real big on the Roman and Greek Empire, though. They so hyped and proud about it, though. But obviously, though, they understand that Christ was never ever on their side. They hated Christ. The Sadducees and Pharisees be the traitors. Like today, the blacks and Spanish who want to vote Democrat, who want to vote Republican, your Christian pastors, your Islam imam, your Egypt swallogists, whatever. Who else? You got fake Israelite groups. They know different, though, because obviously of this world, though. I'm just quoting, so there's supposed to be one body, one faith, though. If you are a true follower of Christ, though, you're supposed to be following him, not John, not nobody else, though. That's why during this timeline, everybody, even our people, hated Christ, because he was a man of war. Christ was serious. Christ was no joke. Christ was about that life. Christ was going to keep it 1,000 with you, whether you liked it or not. Commanding Jeniahana in the ISUBK is going to keep it 1,000 to our people, whether we like it or not. Right. We got to understand that the world that we live in and what we must follow according to the Bible. This is why we say follow Commanding Jeniahana in the ISUBK, because Commanding Jeniahana followed Christ. Right. Christ obeyed the Most High. Right. You cannot get around that. Right. One faith, one baptism, one truth, one Passover. Right. One Passover. Right. Follow the word of the Most High under Commanding Jeniahana. Any more to that? Any more to that, priest? You can read it again so we can understand it, because you disgusting Christians don't know the Bible. You so into the New Testament, though, but when you read this, though, you skip right over it or you don't understand it. Either the Christian pastors know it, or they too scared to expose the truth for our people, though, or they just paid liars and they just don't give it down, which shows you they have no brotherhood. What type of brotherhood is that, though? But they say they love Jesus. They say they know God. They say they have a personal relationship with the Most High. And even for a man to say that, though, that just shows how disgusting and effeminate that sounds. It just don't make sense, though. Right. You're not in the world of Christ. You're not living in the world according to the Bible. You're living in this world.
Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
Christ is saying that this society called spiritual Babylon, which is America, you know, which believes in everything, make you come as you go, which the Lord is against, though, it's not with that. Because we understand, and this rules of instructions for these people on the sign, though, there's policies and instructions we must follow so that we come back on top, so that we be back in our world, which will be happening in the near future. Worship, the men and the sisters in the ISUBK under Commanding Jeniahana is following the world of Christ, so we can strive for rulership of this earth, because this place right now is slowly getting destroyed. This world, this society we living in is slowly deteriorating, whether you like it or not, though. You see all the destruction that's happening right now, though. But the problem is, though, unfortunately, a lot of brothers and sisters who fall under these different religions and philosophies and proud of themselves, though, who fake leaders, though, is too drunk and high off the philosophy of this society. And it's so obvious, though. It's nothing wrong with seeking help. Even as a priest and prophet myself, though, I seek help from the brothers above me, though, because that's what's going to make me better. That's what's going to make me strive to have rulership of this earth. Let's dig that. Any more to that?
If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews. But now...
Right, because the followers of Christ is in his world. They were loyal. They had true brotherhood, no matter what. They weren't backstabbers. When we follow the world of Yahweh Shai, and keep the commandments and have strong brotherhood, though, we will be in the right world where we at, though. You see, let's get 1 John chapter 4, verse 9. Because what happens is when we want to listen to, when we want to vote Democrat, when we want to deal with politics, vote Republican, when we still want to rely on Trump and rely on Biden, though, we going into the wrong type of world, though. You know, they the ones that have plans of putting you back in prison. They the ones have plans on letting law enforcement unalive you unlawfully, though. That's their agenda of this world. That's why we're not supposed to follow their world. You see, we're not supposed to be conformed to the world of theirs, because their world is to destroy the society of us, though. But that's not going to happen.
1 John chapter 4, verse 9. And this was manifested, the love of God toward us, because that God sent his only begotten Son into the world, that we might live through him.
Right. So obviously the Lord is saying, though, at this type of world, that he's sending his only begotten Son, Christ, Yahushua and Mashiach, to save the world of Israel, Yasharallah, Prince of the Power. Everybody from this sign, from the so-called Negroes going on to the Mexicans. That's the world we're supposed to be in. Christ is coming to redeem that world, so we receive the proper salvation, so we can set everything in decency and in order, so we can establish proper protocols, so that we can put these other nations back in their place, so that we govern them. Because this world, the other nations do not did a terrible job governing it. You see, the oppressor destroyed the ozone layer. He contaminated the water. He lied and said that there's a low percentage of food. But in his world, it's a lie, though, because if in reality, though, there's enough food in this entire earth, though, for every single brother and sister and every person to be obese. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
In the oppressor's world, there's war. In the oppressor's world, he flying to space and trying to put his spacecraft among the stars to play the role of the Most High. But the Lord is doing that for a reason, though, because the Lord is going to destroy his world in the near future. The Most High is going to make a perfect example out these goddamn devils. Right. You see, any more to that? You know what? Now let's go to John 3:16, because here's the kicker, though. Blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians who follow religions contrary to this Bible and listen to their Christian pastors, we go show you the true meaning of John 3:16, though, because remember what I said, though. A lot of blacks, Latinos would go to theologian school in the colleges, though, because I went to college. When you go to college, you have to learn basic reading comprehension skills to learn reading comprehension and context of word. We understand that in reality that the word world has more than one meaning, depending on the context or depending on who you're talking about and what society it is. Whether it's the Roman society, whether it's the Egyptian, the Assyrian, whether it's Christopher Columbus, there's different societies. Every race and nation have their own world. When you go to the Middle East, though, you have the U.S. Emirates, though. They call it the Arab world. Obviously, though, when you go to the Far East, though, you have the Asian world, because the Japanese and the Filipinos and the Chinese have their own world. They have their own culture. Even the so-called white men in Europe, though, they have their own culture, even though they technically stole Europe, though, and Europe was never their homeland. They belong to the Caucasus Mountains. That's their true world, because the white man is a caveman.